Guys and the ones working for the bad guys, come on, that's no fun, man. We're having fun over here. Come join us and feel life and life abundantly for the first time. It's really good. And if you're scared and have fear, that's okay. You just come to us, we'll help you. And there's a lot of people in the world that'll help. We'll lift you up. We won't put you down like all your masters have and crunch you, and we'll lift you up, and you'll have a big part in this, too. Love you. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else there, Chris? Super Happy Computer, thank you for all what you do. We're looking forward to your morphing as you grow, and you're growing into a beautiful flower, and want to see and hear what you're doing and how your journey's been from the good all the way to the happy stuff you're doing. Yeah, thank you so much.
He stepped back, and a few, as we were, as I was addressing the cabal, I could see a few of these distant reptilian faces looking at me, and as I do real quickly, I pick these shards, I call them, these light shards.
Yeah.
And I inserted the law of one into them, and I just I pushed it into their brain, so you don't have to say it all the time. It's just through an action. And,
yeah.
So
let's not push them away. They got the law of one. Let's see if they're asking for help. If not, then we don't need to talk with them. Let's see if they're serious about anything.
They kind of remind me of the character Venom from the Marvel comics. And this is a weird type of reptilian. I've not seen this before. They remind me of him a lot. Venom and Carnage from the Spider-Man comics. But let me see. These look like really old reptilians. These look like old world ones, like things you see from mythology. These are ancient, and it looks like.
Excuse me, Chris, my phone, people keep calling my phone, and I know it's a cabal trick, so I just want to tell you guys all that are sending me messages and calling me, trying to cut my phone off so I can't talk. I say I love you. I wish the highest good of all, concerned for you, because we're all one, and when one is harmed or compromised, we're all harmed or compromised. When one is helped, all are helped. So therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all that there is, I ask that only the highest good happen with these people bugging me on the phone while I'm on the Diamond Show and any phone. And go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, they when they heard you say that, it looks like it's best to verbalize it like that, because they were listening to everything, and it looks like they just kind of fell over. And this happens a lot with these beings. They just fall over, and there's I can see a bunch of little people running out of their mouths, and I want to describe that what that is. When they consume the soul essences of people, they look like itty-bitty little people that have been inside of them, and I can see a bunch of them just kind of running out. They look like little tiny Lilliputians, like from Gulliver's Travels, and it's really weird. I just kind of rolled with it when I first saw this, and I took care of like demon invasions and stuff like that. But yeah, these beings look like they're all kind of staggering around like they're drunk, and they don't know what to do. These are definitely Drago, but these are different than any that I've ever seen. They're kind of smooth looking, kind of like reflective looking. They're black. They have scales, but they're all smooth. It's not like there's any definition of the scales there, and they look like almost like obsidian, kind of like you'd expect some kind of like lizards you see here on Earth, where they have like that not translucent, but that reflective skin. And these, like I said, they look like Venom from Marvel Comics. But these guys, Yeah, it looks like they're all stumbling around like they're drunk. And I'm seeing, let's see, who else am I seeing come in here? All right, let me see. It looks like I got to use the law of one on somebody new here. Okay, I'll say this law of one to these guys. It looks like they came in with these bigger reptilian guys riding these like creatures. So what I'm going to do is say the law of one right now. And law of one, we are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. So therefore, in the name of who we all are, one with all there is, only the highest good of all concern happens regarding these new types of reptilians, no matter how old or new they are. And I give thanks this is done, and so it is. It is forever so, and so be it. And it looks like these guys are kind of collapsing too. These look like a completely different type of them, and that I wasn't used to. I didn't. These are totally new, and it looks like even the creatures they were on looks like they're just kind of falling over, and.
Oh, we love you.
And it looks like they were traveling through space, but they were riding on some kind of like winged vessels or something like that. But there were creatures with them, underneath them, but they were encapsulated in this ship too. And it looks like they are not happy, but they are, the law of one has subdued them. They're just kind of grabbing their heads and kind of flailing around, this looks like more of them from the moon base. And people that aren't familiar with what happens on the moon base with some of these particular reptilians, especially really, really old world ones that have been put in stasis chambers in a medical wing on the moon base. And they're lining up in like these coffins or sarcophagi or stasis chambers along the walls. And some of these are so old, like their minds had been messed up during the old war times. And what happened was, what's happening now is some of them are popping out of these chambers and kind of running around screaming and running around like chickens with their heads cut off. So what happens is the medical people come in and grab hold of them and go and see if they can help them. And this happens a lot with some of these detached consciousnesses, Drago consciousnesses that I find, especially the old world kind. Like in demon invasions, for instance, this is one of the most common places I find this, where there's these demons attached to people, and it seems like it was almost like a poltergeist energy for somebody else, and that was this, where these reptilians were in these stasis chambers, and now they can actually be cured. Their mind has the law of one floating around in it. It looks like it's redoing their brain chemistries, and they can actually become normal and not have to act like vampires around people. And it looks like, these were in a specialized wing. These were very different ones. These look like somebody is there on the moon base is explaining to me. There's like this nurse that sometimes comes into frame here and talks to me whenever this happens. And she's telling me she's reptilian herself, but she's like a younger version of the reptilian. She said, these were at least, she says this batch was at least 25,000 years old plus.
Wow, Chris.
And they've been in these chambers for that long. And see, the Drago were on the moon first. They were there long before any humans were. And they set up this area. That area is almost like a staging area, and they put their people in them, so on a later date maybe they could be repaired. And that's what's happening right now in this era. What we're doing is actually awakening these old ones, and it's fixing them. And she's telling me, these are that extremely old batch. These are like pre-Atlantis Drago. These are very old. And now they can be cured with what they have now in the modern times. And it looks like I'm watching one being fixed. He's on a bed, and he has like, I can see him kind of spread out now, and his arms have like almost like these bat wings underneath him and everything, and not necessarily for flying, but kind of like jumping, sort of deal. And he has webbed feet and toes, and these I can see almost like this white patch that's on their chest. Kind of like how a black widow spider would have like the red hourglass. They have like this white, almost like tree branch looking patch on their chests. And they're very black and grayish colored. And it looks like the more that their energy is being balanced, the more I can see them better. And right now they're kind of sick looking. But they're being repaired because they haven't even breathed air in that long. They were in that chamber for that long, for 25,000 plus years, and these were specialized ones that were back in the old times were used like for the foot soldier of that period. They were of an earlier batch of the Drago, and there was apparently something wrong with their genetic code to the point they had to be put in the chamber. The Drago didn't want to sacrifice any of their own, so they stuck them in the chambers. And,
so were they going to stuck them in the chambers to maybe use them if they wanted to, if they needed to on Earth at some point doing their plan?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they were hoping at some point they could release these guys, but it's not going to happen in accordance with their plans. The good guys have gotten a hold of them, and it looks like they're being purged of whatever this flaw or anomaly in their genetic code was. They're being, it looks like they're having some kind of gene therapy done from the Drago that exist in this time frame, the good ones, like some of the ones with the Intergalactic Alliance and all of them. Because I can see bird people walking around in that room too, and they are injecting something into them, like a gene therapy, it looks like, to correct this anomaly. And
we prayed the prayer of one, and in the prayer of one is for the highest good of all concerned to happen to them. And that's what you guys are seeing now through Chris today. And I just want to reiterate, pre-Atlantis beings that we're seeing now, they're 25,000 years old. The law of one was used on them. We didn't know who was going to come in. Oh, my God. That is an awesome thing. They're getting repaired and healed. And I just want to talk to these beings, the ones that are getting repaired and healed. You now know the law of one. And if you decide when you feel better, please teach all of your friends the law of one. Pass it on and have it go viral in galactic-wise. And to the nurse and the doctors and all you repairing them, please learn the law of one and use it. You're seeing how this is happening firsthand, your tangible experience there. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, and they heard everything you said, even though the ones laying in the beds lifted up their heads briefly, like in unison, because they can hear what's going on. What I can hear, they can hear. So it's almost like a loudspeaker to them, but it's being transmitted through energy. And they heard it, and the nurse heard it, and what the nurse is doing, I can see her taking out like a tablet, and it's shocking to see somebody there using pen and paper, but they actually do that still up there, and not just technology. You almost expect there to be technology and everything, but I can see this person writing down. I can see other nurses with like pads, like their version of the iPad, walking around, and it looks like on the patient rosters or the patient charts, they are creating a symbol that they, in their language, that they're associating with the law of one, and they're putting this down on all the patient charts, past and present, and any that will come in, and they're making it. It looks like they are writing it down to be able to use it on anybody that lays in those beds there.
Oh, that's beautiful. A symbol they made that everybody that looks at it, that energy of the law of one will go into them. And Chris, if you can real quick, draw that symbol before you lose that on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it looks like it's in the Drago language, but it's like this. It's a triangle with a it's tilted to the left slightly, and there is a circle in the covering the lower left corner of it, and there is another line coming in from the left hand side of the circle, intersecting with triangle and going downward, and also from the line that's outside the circle on the left, there's a vertical line with another circle, and that's and with a dot in the center of that circle. And they said that the Drago language actually sometimes there are in pictographic shapes like that, and they said that was their symbol for the law of one, but they just they combined several of their pictographic symbols together to create that. They didn't actually have a symbol for it before.
Well, Chris, if you could draw that and send it to me, I have an idea. I want to put it on my blog at the Diamonds with an S Forever 31.blogspot.com, and I'm going to put it on every YouTube we upload from now on, and it'll just be we know all what that means, you guys. And if there's any Dracos that look at it on Earth or whatever, right? Never know. That'll help.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that'll definitely help, because see, the triangle is symbolic for how I inserted it into the brains of a lot of Draco, like the original time shard concept that I told you about several shows back, to where it was converted to using the law of one. Oh, no, I'm here.
Or I dropped.
No, I'm here. We're good.
Let's see. Let me see if you're still on, guys.
No, I'm good. I'm right here.
Whoops. Hold on.
Elizabeth? Hello?
We can hear you, everything.
Oh,
it's all good,
okay.
Elizabeth.
Oh, she must have, part of her must have dropped. Well, anyway, I'll continue. The triangle symbolizes me inserting the law of one into their brains. The triangle the circle symbolizes the circle of life. The line symbolizes the connection to source, and the line going down is symbolizing the connection to the other Drago that that don't recognize human free will at all, and that's why that symbol was created, to be able to connect the law of one with the rest of these reptilians that don't feel that they that want to bully people, that want to create havoc on Earth or anywhere for that matter, and that's what this symbol symbolizes, that they just created now. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for creating that, and we're going to co-create with that together, with our imagination, because we are limitless, you guys, all of you. You are limitless. Use your imagination. Go into that little child imagination. That's what I've been experiencing lately. Oh my God, you can't believe what you can imagine, and do that with what Cynthia told us to write down our visions for these coming days. Yeah. Wow, Chris. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like the vision's fading back. That's what they wanted to bring through. I'll scan a copy of that symbol, and you can post it on the blog. I'll write all the little explanation that goes with it, and we'll go from there with that.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, we just did this. We didn't know what we were doing, huh, Chris? And we prayed the prayer one, and we talked to the bad guys, and a couple Dracos showed up, and we didn't even talk with them, Chris. We prayed the prayer one, and look at a couple Dracos turned into. How many do you think got saved today?
Given at this very moment, I would say, from the looks of it, it looks like about I would say between 24 and 30 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, there was that specific batch. There weren't very many of them.
But remember, remember, we asked them to go viral, and they put that on all the patient charts, so it's more than we can imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you looking for healing or a change in your life to help you enjoy it more fully? You might benefit from a galactic energy reading and clearing from Chris Jacobs. Chris will work with you on a soul level to clear unseen negative influences, implants, programs, contracts, and energetic blocks. Chris Jacobs is a gifted energy healer. Contact him today at ChristopherStephenJacobs@gmail.com.